Would you like to make over $100,000 a year from home with no cash out of pocket to get started? And it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are. It doesn't matter what sex you are. It doesn't matter what ethnicity you are. It doesn't matter where you live in the world. You could do this from your current home, or you could do it from your new beach house in Hawaii. I mean, is that something that would interest you? So, yesterday we talked about two such opportunities. It's all we had time for, because at the beginning of yesterday's show here on Small Business Daily, we talked about the things that you need to take into consideration as you decide what kind of small business to go into that would be home-based, that would be inexpensive to start or zero, free to start. So you might want to go back. In fact, I encourage you, there's the card right there. You can go right back. I encourage you to go back and watch the beginning of yesterday's show. In fact, you might want to watch the whole show, because some of the things that we talked about yesterday, I don't want to keep repeating over and over and over again. But we are going to talk about, we talked about two different business opportunities yesterday. One was as a music teacher, giving music lessons to children or adults, and how easy that would be for a vast majority, a huge percentage of the population in the United States have taken music lessons. So it's a real opportunity for a lot of people. And we also talked about how to do it as a handyman for folks who have any kind of handyman capabilities. You know a little bit about electricity, a little bit about plumbing, and a little bit about concrete, and a little bit about rugs, and a little bit about lighting. And I mean, it doesn't take a lot of skill to become a handyman. That's why they're handymen. That's why they're not making the $200, $300 an hour if they have the license. So that's two of the things we talked about yesterday, but we're going to talk about as many more as we can get in today. I know it's going to take at least until tomorrow, because I got 18 different ideas on my list and I want to get to all of them. So we'll see how many days this takes. Today, we're going to start off with a kind of a variation of yesterday's. We talked about the music teacher. Today, we're going to talk about the tutor. So there was some subject matter in high school and college, whatever, that you were really good at. And whatever that thing is that you were really good at, you could potentially become a tutor of that thing now. You see, believe it or not, the public schools and even some of the private schools are failing our kids. I know it's going to come as a shock to you, but some kids, it's not even the schools that are failing. They just don't have the particular right kinds of abilities to, let's say, get geometry or get how to diagram a sentence. So for those folks and for their parents who have enough money to be able to afford a tutor, you could become that tutor. Now, just like yesterday, we were saying piano and guitar are the two main resources if you want to teach music. There are two categories, again, that shine when it comes to tutoring, and they are math and science. Yeah, you might be able to make a decent amount of money doing English or social studies or history or some of these other courses, but the real money is in math and science, because all parents of kids where the parents want them to get ahead are thinking they got to get the math and science part right. So those are the two key ones. So what do you do again? Just like we talked about yesterday, if you're good at math or science and you think you can tutor kids, well, number one is you might want to watch some programs on video about tutoring. You may want to watch tutors in action that are teaching how to teach, and you may want to brush up on your stuff. Now, you could be brushing up as you go, but you're going to want to have some kind of a theory about how you're going to attack the subject matter. Okay, then what do? You go on Google My Business. You go on Yelp. We talked about this yesterday. I'm not going to go into detail. You let the local schools know. You let the community center know. You let anybody you can think of know. That you let the coaches at the schools know, because the coaches at the junior high, high school, and college level, junior college and college level, their students, if they're not tutored, sometimes they're not going to get the requisite grades in order to be able to play. So these are some of the folks you can talk to. You're going to want to put up some stuff on YouTube. You're going to want to really go out there on social media, especially the stuff that you're the most comfortable with, and let people know that you're now a tutor. Besides math and science, another one is SAT prep. Some schools are no longer requiring SAT or ACT, but some schools still are. So people want to take a prep class in order to be able to get really good when they take SAT, or maybe they took it the first time, didn't do that well. Now they want to take some kind of a prep class in order to go back and be more successful the second time around. You can probably make between $20 and $35 an hour. Unlike the music teachers who usually teach in half-hour slots and sometimes do the hour slots, tutors typically teach in hour slots, and it's pretty hard to get much over $35 an hour for that hour slot. Now that at 40 hours a week, that's only $70,000 a year. So you would have to work about 55 hours a week in order to get to the magic 100,000. But as we mentioned yesterday, what's the magic formula? The formula is you find more students than you can teach, and you get other tutors to work for you. I know quite a number of people who have made substantial amounts of money by becoming a manager of other tutors who didn't want to be bothered with all the marketing and were happy to give a percentage to you in order to go get these students to be tutored. So that's how you can get to $100,000 a year doing tutoring. Now, another variation, slight variation, but a really good one, sometimes a lot more money involved, is coaching high school, junior college, and college sports, or even younger, even grade school sports. Okay, there's a lot of parents out there that are vicariously living through their children with regard to sports, or they're hoping that the kids will make it big in some professional sport and they'll get their college paid for, or maybe go on to become a pro. Believe me, I've been on those fields and I know those parents. So how do you make money as a coach? Well, you know what? It's pretty much all the same again. Number one, you probably want to be a coach, an unpaid coach in that world. That would be a great place to start. Because why? You're going to be in front of those parents. They're going to know how good you are. They're going to know that you'd be able to help their child. And now you move from that to a paid coach, one-on-one basis. Back to all the same things, Google My Business, Yelp, YouTube videos showing you how you're teaching these kids, social media, letting people know. And then you're going to want to go down to that same local community center and let people know that you're coaching. And again, sign up maybe as a coach down at the community center, or create group lessons. Create some group lessons in how to pitch, or how to bat, or how to manage the soccer ball, or how to dribble. Set up some group lessons that will, again, maybe you're only getting paid $10 a week per child for those group lessons, but those may mature into full-time students. Okay, so there's number 4, would be coaching at various levels. And how much can you make for that? Again, I think we're talking about probably $25 to $50 an hour, and maybe more than $50 an hour if you have some cred. If you were a semi-pro or pro yourself, or if you teach at the college level, maybe even if you've been teaching for 20 years at the high school level and you've got some real cred, then you can probably charge even more than $50 an hour to do the kind of training that would be necessary. So those become 2 more categories, tutoring and coaching sports. That would be pretty easy ways to get into that $100,000 category that require no money upfront to get started, just your time and energy. Now we're going to go a little bit far afield of where we've been up until now. We're going to be talking about some internet skills, okay? When I started my consulting practice 13 years ago, I started out not knowing exactly what my major offering was going to be. I was going to offer a broad set of services, but I quickly found out that what every single company that I talked to needed, especially if they were a local business, is they needed SEO help. They needed help on what is today called Google My Business. They needed help to get highly ranked, because when you're highly ranked on Google My Business, it's going to change your life. I know I talk about Google My Business a lot, but it's just true. So now what you're going to do is you're going to do what I did, and you're going to go out and offer small businesses the opportunity to get more highly ranked on Google My Business. Some of them won't even be on Google My Business. Their business might be there, but they haven't even claimed it. So you're going to go into these companies and you're going to help them become highly ranked on Google My Business. Now, there's a whole bunch of major corporations out there that are doing this. And believe me, it doesn't matter. If you can show that you've got the talent, a lot of companies would much rather deal with somebody they know, with somebody they can be personally involved with somebody they can yell at. No, did I say that? Anyway, but it's just true. So how do you learn how to do Google My Business? Well, believe it or not, you can learn all of it online. So you can start. We have I think there's 6 videos or 5 videos on our website, Free Business Help Now. You can go look through those videos. They'll give you kind of a step-by-step description of how to do it. You could potentially, there's more other people online all over the place that are showing how to go through the steps of setting somebody up on Google My Business. You could expand your business into helping people get set up on Yelp. You could expand your business by helping people get set up on Bing. So there's a whole bunch of other places that you can go from the beginning of just helping with the SEO on Google My Business. One of the main places you'd want to go is helping people set up their websites or do better SEO on their websites. Now, here's something that you're going to love. It's the coolest part, okay? You don't actually have to do any of the work. There are people all over the world who will do Google My Business setups, who will do Yelp setups, who will do great SEO on websites, who will help you in all these different ways, and they'll do it for much less than you can charge somebody else to get it done. They're on Fiverr. You can see the Fiverr link down below in the description. You can go on Fiverr and you can go through that until you find people that you trust. You find people that can do the work. You find people that have a lot of 5-star reviews, and you find people that you enjoy the relationship and that they have good English skills. If English is your only language, like me, I studied a lot of languages, but I can't speak any of them. But anyway, that's an amazing way for you to not even have to learn the skill sets. Although I suppose you need to know enough to be able to talk about it, but you don't really have to do the work. And that's what I do, by the way. I have virtual assistants all over the world that do a lot of the work for me because I'm just one person. So you get it set up to where these people are going to do all these setups for you. They're going to do the SEO on the website. Now, you're not saying you're going to build a website for somebody. You could do that. And there are plenty of people on Fiverr that will build a website for you. And you could do the same thing with that as well, but that's a little more sophisticated. And you might want to wait unless you've already got some good graphic capabilities or some good writing capabilities before you would offer yourself as a website designer and developer as well. So, but all those things are possible. The more of those things you're able to do well, the more money you're going to make. You can probably charge at least $400 or $500 a month for 4 months to set somebody up on all of that, to get them enough citations, enough backlinks, enough SEO on their website, enough to be able to do all the things. You can probably charge somewhere between $1,600 and $2,000 over a 4-month period to be able to set them up on just those things. Now, if they want to do a website with you and you want to tackle doing websites, you can charge at least $1,500 for a 5-page website, maybe more, but that's certainly kind of a starting point. So how many clients do you need? Well, if you're charging $400 a month and you want to make $10,000 a month or $9,000 a month, you can do the math. It takes about 20 clients, but you're going to have some outgo. So maybe you need 25 if you're going to have these other people overseas doing the work for you. You might need 25 to 30 clients. So you need this constant turnover of clients. Once again, how are you going to get that constant turnover of clients? Well, you're going to start out by calling on the people that you do business with already. You're going to call out by putting your own company up on Google My Business and Yelp, though you're not going to get many folks that way. You're going to put up some YouTube videos that explain what you know and how good you are at this. You're going to talk about it on social media. You're going to do all the kinds of things that we've already talked about on all of these other resources. Then this is one where if you could get a little bit of income coming from people you know, and maybe they're giving you some referrals and you're generating a little income, what you want to do is you want to join a referral group. We run a group in Riverside called E-Team, which is a division of Team Referrals International. And they are, you go to these meetings and you explain what you do and other people explain what they do, and you refer one another to various businesses. I got so much business for doing Google My Business setups and doing SEO from my team group, or from, there's other groups out there that you'll find in every city. Okay, so we refer to these groups down in the description again. So you want to go and check these folks out. You might want to also pick up my book, When Friday Isn't Payday. I have a much larger section talking about how to participate in referral groups, how to network, and how to get business through networking. So that's another way. In a lot of these situations that you're dealing with, if you get into networking groups with the chamber, with BNI is another one of these networking groups, you get into these networking groups and people will refer you, and you can generate your business fairly quickly that way. You might want your own website. That would give you some training. I highly recommend Wix as being the easiest website right now to develop from. So you go to Wix.com, which is also in the description below, and you can learn how to create a website on Wix, or pay somebody on Fiverr very little money to help you set up something on Wix. So that's another kind of business, would be you become an SEO. Well, now that opens up a massive number of other ways to make money on the internet. One of the most common is a graphic designer. Quite frankly, today, it's hard to make money as a graphic designer because there are hundreds of thousands of graphic designers all over the world who are on these Fiverr sites and Upworks and other places. There are graphic designers all over the place who are looking for work, and they're willing to do graphic design very, very inexpensively. So what does that mean for you? You either need to be really good as a graphic designer, or you need to be the local graphic designer, and you're having the graphic design work done by people on Upworks or on Fiverr. It's a very simple thing to do. You generate the jobs, you find the people that are looking for a graphic designer, and you don't necessarily have to do any of the work. You're overseeing the work that's done by others. So that's another big one on the internet that you can do from home. You never have to leave the comfort of your house in order to do that. Here's another one that you're going to be very surprised I'm going to suggest. You can become a YouTuber. You can become one like me. You can become an influencer. I don't have to leave the house to do this YouTube channel. I do my own personal headshot, type videos like this all the time. If you look back, you'll see I do interviews with friends, with associates, with people I trust, that you can trust as well because I've vetted them. You can do the same thing. You can do YouTube videos about something you know a lot about. Maybe you know a lot about ships in a bottle. Maybe you know a lot about some kind of a hobby like that. Maybe you know a lot about interior decorating. Maybe you know a lot about the coolest, hottest games that are coming out right now, the internet games. Maybe you know a lot about virtual reality and where things are going with virtual reality. Whatever you have as a huge hobby, is something you're very excited about, you can end up becoming a YouTuber about that. Now, you'll notice I put up 4 videos a week. It takes a fair amount of work to do 4 videos a week. You don't have to do 4 videos a week. You can do 1 video a week when you're starting out. Maybe later go to 2, do 3. I'm doing 20-minute videos. You don't have to do 20-minute videos. You can do 2-minute videos. You can do open the box videos where you're just showing how you open the box and you show people the first steps of assembly of this new game that came out, of this new toy or this new whatever it happens to be. So there's a lot of ways to do the YouTuber thing, and you never have to leave your house. You never have to buy a piece of equipment. I have a stand for my computer. You don't need the stand. You can do it without the stand. I have a light over here. The light, I think, cost me $19. The stand, I think, was $39. I've got my computer. You can do it with your cell phone. You might want to, if you have a cell phone and you're going to do it, there's in fact, the light stand over here has an iPhone clamp on it. So you can literally, well, let me turn it and show you. So, here's the light. It's one of these circle lights. And you can see the iPhone clamp on it. Well, I'm not using the iPhone clamp because I'm doing this with Zoom. I pay $29 a month or something in order to have Zoom available to do these kind of YouTube videos. So very inexpensively or far free, you can get into being the influencer or the YouTuber. It doesn't have to be YouTube, or it can be YouTube and it can be YouTube and TikTok. It can be YouTube and Instagram. Lots of other ways. Now, as a YouTuber, and by the way, there's a company called Think Media. They're mentioned in the description below. Think Media is somebody that I went to before I started my career as a YouTuber. I spent $79 a month to own their entire program, everything that they do. I wanted to know, and I watched about 40 hours of their content before I started my very first show. And that's despite the fact that I've done over 3,000 professional videos for my clients over the years, and that I've been shooting video for over 40 years at this point in my life. So even though I had all that experience and background, I still wanted to learn more. And by the way, I learned a lot. I learned how to earn money as a YouTuber. That was important. I don't want to do this for free. So if you want to earn money as a YouTuber, you can definitely. There are lots of YouTubers making well over $100,000 a year on YouTube. So what's your hobby? What are you good at? And you don't have to be that clever as a presenter. Look at me. But look at some of the other ones you've seen that are not that great. They're not that personable. They're not that interesting, but they give the information. So you can become a YouTuber / influencer. So then there's something kind of along that same line. You'll notice that I've been recommending a lot of stuff. I say, oh, go down there and check out Think Media. Go down there and figure out and take a look at Fiverr. Check out Team International. Okay, those people, if you use those resources down there, if you click on those resources and you go and you pay them money, I get a piece of that. I'm an affiliate of theirs. You can help the channel by always clicking down below as opposed to going and finding them on the internet. If you click through from my channel, I get the benefit of that. So help me out. click down there for anything that you're interested in doing. You can do that with books. You can do that. Everything on Amazon is so simple to become an Amazon affiliate. It doesn't take anything at all to become an Amazon affiliate. You go on, sign up, you become an affiliate. Now you can start doing book reviews about your category. If you're interested in some hobby, there's going to be a bunch of books about that hobby. You can review the books. And then down below, they can click on that book if they want to buy it, and you're going to get the benefit of that affiliate relationship. Well, the affiliate business is huge right now. And if you go to freebusinesshelpnow.com, you're going to find I've done a very long article about how to set yourself up as an affiliate. So that's another way. Believe me, it is possible to make well over $100,000 a year based on affiliate marketing. Now, it's a little longer, harder slug than some of the other things I've been talking about, but it's something you could do an hour a day or 2 hours a day in addition to becoming a YouTuber. So you become a YouTuber and you do affiliate marketing at the same time. You also, I don't have a sponsor, but maybe you want to get a sponsor. Or maybe you're a YouTuber like I am in my field. So as a YouTuber in the marketing field or in the small business consulting field, you might be watching this video right now thinking, I wish Randy would help me with my business. Well, there you go. You can pick up the phone. You can pick up the email. My email's everywhere. My phone's everywhere. You can call me and we can talk about a consulting project with you to help you with whatever it is you need in your small business. I also run mastermind groups, SoCalMastermind.com. That's mentioned in the description below. And so I'm hoping that some people, as a result of watching this show, will say, I need help with my small business. And rather than have Randy come in and charge me $1,000, $1,500 a month to do what he does, I could go to mastermind meetings for $200 a month, and my peers could help me to become more successful in my small business. So you see, by being a YouTuber, I'm selling my own businesses. I'm selling opportunities for you to collaborate with me, and I make money as a result of that. That's my main income source. Or I'm sending you to others, getting affiliate income. I'm getting income from YouTube ads. And then you could also have a sponsor. I don't have a sponsor other than myself, but you could have a sponsor where somebody is sponsoring the show and they're paying you so much a month to be a sponsor. So that's a bunch of different ways as a YouTuber you can make money. And so that would be one more way, right from your home, never have to leave the building. And you never have to spend a dime to start the process. But you might choose to spend $79 a month with Think Media because it's going to make you better. Now, Think Media also has dozens of free videos. So you can go look at those dozens of free videos. But then if you decide to use them, would you come back and click the link here? so I get credit for it. That'd be just a real nice thing to do. So if this content is generating ideas for you, if you're learning something from what we've talked about today, would you push the like button? And by the way, tomorrow we're going to continue on. I've lost count of where we are. I think we're only at 7 or 8 different businesses that I've discussed so far. We're going to talk about more businesses tomorrow that you can start for free, that you can start from home, that you can do from home, although some of them you need to leave the building sometimes to go out and do the work. But we're going to talk about more of those tomorrow, and maybe even a 4th day, because it's taking a long time to give you a proper description of these various different businesses. So push notify if you'd like to be reminded of tomorrow's show and of shows in the future, because we do this 4 days a week. This is Randy Kirk from Small Business Daily. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time.